What's happening, guys? Welcome to this very special edition of the Main Event Talk right here on YouTube. It is Sunday afternoon around 6:30, and the Main Event decided that I was going to give you guys an update on the whole 17-14 situation, because I know most of you guys had an opportunity to see my episode and look at everything or hear everything that I had to say, and I got a whole lot more I want to say about that on this episode. Also, I want to give everyone a little bit of an update about what's been going on, including, I know there's a lot of people that are interested in the whole CM Punk issue, because it's coming. It's coming very, very close, and we're all looking forward to that. And also updates on the whole Battleground situation. And well, of course, if anyone that has kept up with soccer, I'm not a big soccer fan like everyone else has, but apparently Germany has beaten Argentina, and well, I'm not really into soccer that much. I always feel that that's more of a Mexican game, because that's more of their style in every way possible. But that's just my opinion. So I want to go ahead and I want to do something a little bit interesting on this show that I've never done before. There's a few comments I want to talk about, but there's also something that I want to bring up. This episode of the Main Event Talk is brought to you by it's Whataburger. Yeah, Whataburger has been around since 1950. I know that there's some people that are from Texas that when you see this is unquestionably the best burger joint you can ever go to in Texas. McDonald's is good, Burger King's alright, Wendy's is okay, Whataburger is the fucking shit. That's how it goes with me. Now, I also want to do this, and this is kind of something that was totally out of the blue for me last night. I want to thank one of my longtime best friends, Roman Ramos. I've known him for years. He's also the camera guy that usually works on this deal. I want to also bring up another sponsor. This Main Event Talk is also brought to you by Jägermeister. Yeah, this is one of my favorite shots of them all. I know I shouldn't be displaying stuff like this, but you know what? It's my show. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And this is actually pretty cool. A limited edition T-shirt to go along with this. I want to thank Roman for this. And last time I had something like this, another longtime best friend of mine, Hector Waters, I always like to call him Homestar Runner every time, got me something very similar to this, but had like a little one of those shot deals on here. But Jägermeister has always been my favorite. I dig it every single time. I always like to have my Michelob Ultra with my Jaeger. That's how it goes. I know some people are probably thinking, you know what, Furman shouldn't be displaying alcohol on his show. It's not right. It's not right for children. Here's the thing. It's my show, and I can do whatever the fuck I want, and this is pretty much an example of how I do things. So, by the way, this was a gift given to me by Roman, and there's a reason for him giving me this gift very early. Okay, remember, this is June 13th, okay? There's something that's going to happen in 3 days. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's some guy's birthday. He calls himself the biggest wrestling fan in the world. He says he's the God among gods and the king among kings and the coolest son of a motherfucking biatch walking God's green earth. I'm not sure who this is. Hopefully we can get him on the show. Word is he owns the joint. But anyways, let me get right into what I need to talk about. The whole 7-14 BS. Now, when I talked about this, I thought for sure in my mind that I was kind of waiting for this whole arrival of Sting to actually happen in the WWE. But apparently there's a little bit of a connection going to what's going to happen on 7-14-14, because as you know, it's going to happen tomorrow. Of course, everybody knows about the appearance of the 16-time world champion, WWE Hall of Famer, and truly one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, is going to be on WWE Raw tomorrow night. And speaking of Monday Night Raw, or speaking of the WWE, I've been watching my WWE network. As you know, they're doing a whole free week trial on there. And first of all, I love it, okay? I dig it, I understand it, and it it is so cool to watch all of these episodes on WWE Network, and I'm watching basically, they showed the Beyond the Ring, and I saw one with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which pretty much covers his entire career, everything from where he started at USWA to World Class Championship Wrestling to WCW to ECW and the WWE, and man, what a ride! I was still into the whole thing with Stone Cold Steve. I was a fan of Austin, I think, right around the time when he had his match with Bret Hart in WrestleMania 13. I think everybody started becoming a fan, because even though Bret Hart won that match against Stone Cold Steve Austin that night, Steve Austin was the one that became the huge star. Because in many people's opinion, he would be the next big thing. He would be the hottest thing going in WWE. The Attitude Era would start, and Austin and Rock and others would elevate the company to heights it's never been to before, and it did so well. It won the Monday Night Wars against WCW during that time, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is still thought of to this day as one of the greatest superstars of all time. So if you've not had a chance to see Beyond the Ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin or any of the others that have appeared on there, you got to check it out on the WWE Network. It's so awesome. And plus, besides that, last night I had a chance to see part of the WWE Marathon of Saturday night's main event. And oh man, that just brings me back to when I was a kid back in 1985. Damn, you heard that, right? Now, one of two things. This is the truth coming from me. Either that's a firework, or there's a drive-by shooting going on close by the neighborhood. I need to fucking leave. But anyways, when I had a chance to see the first episode of WWE Saturday night's main event, oh man, it just brings me back to when I was a kid and everything. And I remembered that whole entire episode, and they showed it on the WWE Network. They're showing basically a marathon of WWE Saturday night's main event, all about the 80s. And those were some of, the greatest episodes I've ever seen. Everything from the whole Ridiculous Wedding. I think some people know about that. And also, let's see, some great matches that I saw. Some with Jake the Snake Roberts and Macho Man Randy Savage. That was great as well. Of course, Hulk Hogan and the flag match he had with Nikolai Volkov. That was a classic match of itself. And then, of course, I saw some other great matches, including one that a lot of people failed to not notice that there were certain people that were in there that had been in WWE for a while that went to WCW. There was a 6-man tag team match I was looking at. It consists of the tag team champions at that time, Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, with Freddie Blassie as their manager, and their third man was George Animal Steel. And across the corner was Captain Lou Albano. And in there consists of, I think it was Team USA. You had Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda, who would be known as IRS, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Or at that time, it was just Ricky Steamboat. And I was watching that match, and nobody knew at that time that those three were going to be future Hall of Famers someday. Well, maybe just Barry Windham and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I don't know about IRS being in the Hall of Fame, but personally to me, I don't see a problem with IRS being in the Hall of Fame. Doesn't anybody? That's great. But anyways, it was a tremendous matchup. I digged it. I know something happened at the very end of the matchup. I think the tag team champions have turned their back on Georgie Animal Steel. And that was a tremendous classic. I remember that, and it was cool to watch. I love seeing all of the old Saturday night main events on the WWE Network, and it just brings me back to a time when wrestling was badass, when you didn't have to worry about sports entertainment. There was no John Cena at the time, but no doubt he was watching WWE Saturday night main event just like everybody else. It always appeared on NBC. You would see Saturday Night Live first. I wasn't really a fan of that show at all, but I got into it just a little bit more. Then after that, I'd watch WWE Saturday night's main event. So that was just awesome to watch. So you still have an opportunity to be to check out the WWE Network one more day, and then after that, I think after Monday night, that'll be it. So we'll see what happens. I hope they show another episode of the Monday Night Wars, because I had a chance to see that one after Raw last week, and that was it. It really gave a clear picture of every single segment that they were talking about, from the beginnings of the Monday Night Wars, from the whole thing with WCW and the WWE, to the elevation of Monday Night Raw, and then to the elevation of WCW Monday Nitro, and then the beginning of the war with bringing in Lex Luger from the WWE to WCW, from Medusa taking the Women's Championship and trashing it on national television. It was groundbreaking. And also WWE would strike back with the Billionaire Ted skits, and those were true classics. I dig that, you know. And at that time I wasn't even sure what the fuck was going on, but it was just entertaining to watch. I digged it. I loved it. It just brought me back to a time where wrestling was, you know, the fucking shit. Now, let's see, besides the WWE Network, because like I said, you have one more day to check it out, and then after that, hopefully, I think by midnight Monday or Tuesday, I think something like that, that'll be it, you know. So if you guys have not had a chance to get to the WWE Network, get it while you can, okay? Now, let me also talk about 7-14-14. I think I pretty much skipped it, but I want to discuss that, because let's see, I had talked about Sting possibly showing up, maybe showing up, and then Sid. Now, apparently, I got this comment on one of my videos of the Main Event Talk, the 7-14-14 episode. And when I had a chance to view the thought, or view the comment, I was doing some more research. I wanted to look in and see exactly, you know, what it is and what's about and everything. And sure enough, I found my answer. And all I can say is it's a huge disappointment. A very huge disappointment, because here's the thing, and I'm speaking on behalf of other people that were expecting something different. So here's the thing. So Sting puts out a 7-14-14 tweet, and immediately everyone starts freaking out and saying, oh man, Sting's coming to the WWE. Oh man, we're gonna finally see the Stinger appear on Monday Night Raw. And then other people noticed that Sid did the same thing. Put out 7-14-14. The tweet comes out. I don't think anybody really cared if Sid ever came on WWE or not. Then I looked in and found out the real answer. It's a big disappointment, but at the same time, you know, to me, and I'll be honest, like I always do every time on my show, honestly, I don't think anyone's going to give a rat's ass. I don't think so. Why? Because the purpose of the 7-14-14 skit, or the tweet, or whatever's going on, is, this is a big secret for all of you, so don't tell anybody. Anyways, the whole 7-14-14 BS is all about the fact that apparently Sting and Sid Vicious are going to be a part of the 2K15 video game, which is coming out on October 28th, which I've already seen the trailer, and I've already seen the crap, and John Cena talking, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's it. Disappointing, isn't it? And it is in so many levels. Here's the thing. First of all, I dig the fact that October 28th, everyone's going to get their hands on the video game. I like that. But for everyone to put out the 7-14-14 deal, and the fact that Sting is going to appear before all of us on the video game, here's the thing. We don't care. We do not give a rat's ass. That's the fucking truth. Here's the thing. Yeah, I've read the comments, I've heard everything, and it's just, you know, it's a big disappointment. It is. It's not a disappointment, the fact that Sting and Sid Vicious are going to appear on the 215K video game or whatever, okay? It's not that disappointing. But it is a disappointment when you get the audience, you get the crowd, you get all the wrestling fans riled up, because they, all of us, want to see the moment of all moments, the Raw moment that nobody will ever forget. And like I said before, forget all of the Raw moments that you remember. Forget about the whole thing with Mick Foley and The Rock when they did the whole, This Is Your Life sketch. Forget about the fact that The Rock came out and pretty much made fun of Canada.